Fog curls around the river dock before dawn as Eldrin, the royal bridge painter, kneels on wet planks, gripping his brushes while distant drums echo faintly. From high above, the bridge stretches across the dim river, and Eldrin hurries up the dock steps, thinking only about finishing his gold decorations before the festival parade. He wants the Queen's special reward for perfect beauty, but he knows she also trusts him to guard the bridge's safety and every traveler's life. On the first pillar above the water, Eldrin spots a deep, jagged crack, and his stomach tightens as he runs his fingers along the cold stone. Master Rowan's voice echoes in his memory, warning that even one hidden weakness can bring a bridge down on innocent heads. He imagines the Queen's smile, the heavy purse of coins, the praise from villagers, and his pride pushes against his quiet, uneasy conscience. Eldrin glances around the empty bridge and whispers that he will just sweep something under the rug. This once, then quickly covers the crack with gold paint. He tells himself it is only a small act of negligence and that the stone has held for years, so surely it will hold one more day. Down at the riverbank, old Mira watches the bridge through the thinning fog, feeling a strange heaviness in her chest she cannot easily explain. She climbs slowly toward the village square, while Eldrin hurries the other way, racing along the bridge to finish every shining curve before the first horns sound. In the village square, Queen Maris steps from her carriage, and Captain Thane salutes as workers hang bright cloths and children peek from cottage doors. Eldrin reaches the far end of the bridge, breathless but proud, imagining the Queen's praise as he sets down his brush and wipes his stained hands. Master Rowan appears from beneath the bridge, dust on his beard, saying he heard an odd echo in one pillar, but could not find the weakness. Eldrin's heart jumps, but he smiles too quickly and says the bridge looks perfect, shining and strong, better than any festival in years. Rowan shrugs, trusting Eldrin's reputation, and walks away, leaving Eldrin alone with the secret crack and the loud silence of his own negligence. Drums thunder as the festival parade begins, and Lysa runs ahead of the crowd, spinning with joy toward the center of the bridge. Eldrin watches her light feet tap near the painted pillar, and a cold fear slices through his pride as the drums shake the stone. A low groan rises from under the children's feet, like a tired giant waking, and small bits of dust drop from the carved pillar edge. Old Mira, halfway across, stops and kneels, pressing her hand to the stone, feeling a trembling that does not match the drumbeat. Captain Thane strides toward the center, shouting for the children to slow, but the music grows louder, and the crowd's excitement drowns his warning. Eldrin hears another deep crack, like ice breaking on a winter river, and he feels the full weight of his earlier choice pressing on his chest. Queen Maris, standing at the village end, notices the strange tilt of one arch and narrows her eyes, her hand tightening around her silver staff. A stone chip breaks loose near Lysa's dancing feet, making her stumble, and she looks down with sudden fear as the music falters. Old Mira shouts for everyone to move back, but the crowd freezes, confused, and Eldrin realizes only he knows exactly where the danger lies. Captain Thane reaches the children, scooping Lysa into his arms as another loud groan shakes the bridge and some villagers scream. The music stops completely, and a heavy silence falls as Master Rowan rushes forward, kneeling to examine the broken stone with trembling hands. He looks up at Queen Maris, saying the damage is old and was hidden, and someone has shown dangerous negligence with people's lives. Murmurs ripple through the crowd, and someone points at a young worker who carried stones that morning, fear rising in his eyes. Eldrin feels sick as he watches the frightened worker, knowing the blame is sliding toward an innocent man while his own silence grows heavier. Queen Maris raises her hand for silence, her voice calm but hard, as she asks who last worked on this very pillar before dawn. Master Rowan begins to answer, glancing toward the young worker, and Eldrin feels the moment slipping where he could still tell the truth. Eldrin's pride whispers that he can still sweep something under the rug, stay silent, and keep his shining reputation safe. Then Lysa tugs his sleeve with small dusty fingers and whispers that the stone under her dance felt like it wanted to fall away. Her trust pierces him deeper than any crack, and he suddenly sees how his negligence almost turned her joy into disaster. Old Mira watches him closely, eyes steady, and nods once, as if she can see the battle inside him and is waiting for his choice. Eldrin steps forward, voice shaking, and calls out that the fault is his, not the workers, because he covered an old crack with gold instead of repair. Gasps rise like wind through leaves, and the young worker stares at Eldrin with stunned relief, while some villagers shake their heads in disappointment. Queen Maris walks toward Eldrin, her cloak brushing the dust, and asks in a low, clear voice why he chose comfort over responsibility. He admits he wanted the reward, the praise, and thought he could sweep something under the rug without real consequence. Just this once Master Rowan kneels again, saying the bridge can be saved if they clear the crowd and support the pillar before the next heavy load. Captain Thane orders everyone to leave the bridge calmly, lifting children and guiding elders, while Eldrin helps carry heavy beams to brace the wounded pillar. Clouds thicken, and a light rain begins, turning dust into mud as they work together, tying ropes and wedging beams under the arch. From the hilltop above, Queen Maris and Old Mira stand in the rain, watching the workers like tiny ants fighting to hold the bridge together. Old Mira tells the Queen that even the strongest stone fails when people sweep cracks under paint, and even the proudest heart fails when truth is delayed. The rain eases, and the workers finally step back, soaked and exhausted, as the braced pillar holds steady with a tired but solid strength. Queen Maris returns to the bridge, walking slowly along the damp stones, and stops before Eldrin, who waits with lowered eyes and muddy boots. She tells him plainly that his negligence nearly cost lives, and that comfort chosen over responsibility always brings a heavy consequence. Eldrin nods, accepting that his name will be whispered with shame for a time, yet grateful that he confessed before the stones truly fell. Queen Maris removes the heavy purse of coins from her belt and hands it instead to the young worker who was wrongly blamed. She tells Eldrin he will keep his role, but now he must work under Master Rowan's eye and rebuild the damaged pillar from its roots. Days later, under a golden sunset, Eldrin and Master Rowan stand at the rocky riverbank, planning how to lift fresh stone from the cliff and strengthen the foundation. From a bird's eye view, they haul ropes and pulleys, sweat shining on their faces as new stones rise slowly from the cliff toward the waiting bridge. On a soft, overcast morning, Eldrin climbs scaffolding inside the forest interior, testing each plank, refusing any small negligence as he prepares new supports. High above the river again, he now inspects every pillar with Master Rowan, tapping, listening, and marking each weakness with chalk instead of hiding it. One evening, in a candlelit cottage, Lysa watches Eldrin repaint a small model bridge, asking why he does not simply hide the flaws with bright colors. He smiles sadly and explains that every hidden flaw waits like a quiet trap, and that real beauty needs strong bones underneath the paint. Later, under a clear moonlit sky, Eldrin stands alone in the village square, hearing villagers speak of the near disaster, his name now mixed with both blame and respect. He knows he cannot erase his negligence, but he can choose each day to face cracks early instead of trying to sweep something under the rug again. The next festival, children dance again on the bridge, but this time Eldrin walks beneath and above, checking each stone, choosing integrity over comfort every moment. Remember, Eldrin, when you feel tempted to ignore a problem at school, work, or home. If you sweep something under the rug today, disaster and shame may follow tomorrow. Real courage is fixing cracks early, speaking honestly, and protecting trust, even when it feels uncomfortable.